Being able to buy it and afford it are two different things, so don't get it twisted. So I know we heard Jay-Z, right? He says you can only afford it if you buy it twice, but I want to dive a little bit deeper in there and break down certain percentages and certain rules of thumb that you can follow, so you have more of a tailored understanding of what it means to afford something versus just saying you can buy it. If this is your first time watching, you are taking the right steps to working on your financial freedom, so give it up for yourself. Whether you're here for the first time or not, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, hit whatever you need to hit. Don't hit people though. That's not good. It's gonna get you in trouble in America. But do what you gotta do, because I know you're gonna stick around and enjoy yourself here. So let's get into it. So I'll speak about the bigger things that will not only put a larger financial strain on you, but also have the potential to jack you up if you don't pay. Let's get started with car buying. So honestly, best policy is to buy cars in cash. I firmly believe that you should only be putting really large purchases on credit. For example, a home. Obviously, you're not gonna really just have hundreds of thousands of dollars lying around yet, because if you keep on watching these videos, you will eventually. But for now, I understand that no one's gonna buy a house in cash as of right now, but the car, definitely you can. You have to be able to live within your means. That new car is not for you if you can't pay it in cash. But I understand people are gonna say, oh, I can't do that, it's unreasonable. So let's talk about if you must have a car payment, what are some qualifications that you should be looking for? Try to make a down payment of at least 20%. So if you're trying to buy a car for $10,000, at least put down $2,000. The reason for this is because you want to protect yourself in the event of some sort of economic downfall, right? Because as we all know, the minute you drive off of a lot, your car loses value. And if you took the loan out for the whole entire amount the car was worth, then you'd be upside down on your loan. Let's say you drive off the lot, right? Next thing you know, you lost your job. Now you try to sell the car in order to get rid of it, and they tell you, hey, I know you bought it for $10,000, but it's really only worth $8,000 now. It won't be a biggie to you because you already put down $2,000, so you just broke even and you can just go about your day. Whereas if you were upside down on a loan, you'd end up paying for the car even if you don't have it. And that sucks. Do not finance your car for more than 5 years. I heard something crazy, like people are getting car loans for as long as 8 years. Like, dang, my child done went through preschool, kindergarten, elementary school. She's an adult. That's a long time to have a car. And honestly, most people get tired of their car within 3 years. So why are we having this so long? As you guys know, I've had my car for 7 years, and if you don't know, click up here to learn why I've had my car for 7 years and why buying the car was a mistake to begin with. That was a 5-year loan, and I've been able to enjoy a couple of years being completely car payment free, and it feels good. So you're talking to somebody with experience out here. When you extend these loans out for so long, you are just lining the pockets of these dealerships or the banks. I mean, line your own pockets. And when it comes to the actual car payments, the general rule is do not spend more than 10% of your gross income on this, okay? This includes your car payment and your insurance. So let's do some math. Let's say you bring in $3,000 every single month, okay? Of that $3,000, only $300 should be going towards your car payment and your insurance. And that sounds extremely conservative, but what you don't want to be is car poor. And what car poor is you got a nice car, but you broke. What you gonna do, live in the car? No, how you gonna bathe? So having the car be a financial burden will be extremely stressful, and you don't wanna have a nice car and not be worth a damn. I mean, that's not cool. I would take it a step further and say don't make it more than 10% of your net pay, which is after taxes, because you really want to make sure you're in a good position where your car is not stressing you out. It's supposed to be making you money, not taking all your bread from you. Now, Dave Ramsey, which if you don't know him, he's like a super conservative, like budget freak, really good at helping people get their lives on track financially. He suggests that the total value of all your cars should not be more than half of your annual income. So again, back to that video that I'm going to shamelessly plug up here again, that car that I bought, the one that's 7 years old now, it was worth more than 1 year of my income. And I didn't feel like it was a financial burden back then, but looking back now, hindsight is 2020, I could have done with a cheaper car. I mean, it worked out now because now I have no car payment, but still. All right, let's talk about houses and rents. So personally, I do think that being a homeowner is important if you buy a home the right way, which I'm not going to be talking about that right now, but it will be coming on my channel. So please subscribe and keep it locked for those videos. But whether you're in a house or a mortgage, the general rule is 1/3 of your income should be going towards the house payment. Typically, when you are renting, the landlord does ask that you make 3 times the rent, so it's a good rule them to have anyway. So going back to that $3,000 example, if you bring in $3,000 a month, only $1,000 should be going towards your house payment. This will allow you to live a very comfortable lifestyle. Trust me, I've done this and it helps immensely with being able to go out and travel, vacation, do whatever it is that you like to do within reason, obviously. But when you set up your bills like this, trust me, you'll feel much more comfortable because you're not taking on so much of a financial burden once again. Now, Dave Ramsey suggests that you spend 25% of your post-tax income on a mortgage, which is extremely conservative. That's about 1/4 of your paycheck after you've already taken taxes out, and that's supposed to include your mortgage, your HOA, your insurance. I mean, that's a little conservative. If you can do that, more power to you. But I think the 1/3 range is a good number, just so you can still maintain a life and not end up living in a house that you don't want to live in just for the sake of making this 25% rule work. What people normally suggest is that you keep your debt below 40% of your income, but I do think that's extremely high. In an event where it makes sense, it's much better to pay down your debt than to keep a savings, especially in this economy and in this financial climate where our interest rates are absolutely trash. And normally your credit card debt and any other loans that you have are normally well above the interest you're getting from your savings. So obviously still keep a cushion, but sometimes it's better to pay that debt off. So ideally you want to work your debt down to 0. But anywhere is a start, so try to bring that number down as much as you can. So how are you doing with these general rules of thumb? Do you feel like you're pretty much in line and you've been fiscally responsible? Or do you feel like you might be car poor or house poor because you're overspending on these areas? Good news is that you can always make a change. Nothing in this world is permanent and forever, so the choice is yours. Get out of that financial burden, take them shackles off, and go live your best life. If you like this video, then like this video. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Hit that subscribe button for me. Talk to me in the comments. I know I'm asking for a lot, but I'm trying to help you, help me, help you. That's all for today. If you have some more time, watch the next video. No matter what, you're gonna learn something, I promise you. And as always, keep your money up.